Welcome to the story of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, like you've never heard it before.
This story isn't told to you by the one Dragonborn that masters all, but told to you through the eyes of many different characters.
From soldiers in the Civil War seeking peace and order,
to seeking freedom and to remove the weakness from her lands.
From those cursed by the night, seeking to be the vigil in the darkness.
To warriors seeking honor, glory, and companionship.
To a shapeshifter and worshipper of the Daedra who seeks to live a life as a warrior.
To a mage seeking power and the arcane knowledge of Aetherius.
To assassins seeking fear and bringing the cold touch of Sithis.
To thieves seeking wealth beyond measure.
We all hope you enjoy
this story
of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
Episode 8.
The Price of Loyalty.
We headed back to Fort Hragstad so Centuros and Sigund could at least plan something. They found the location of my dream, and it wasn't too far away from the fort, too. It was an ancient Nord ruin called Volskiga, named after its dragon priest, the one I saw in my dream. We had sent the Nightingale to scout out the area with Cecilia while reinforcements were called. They confirmed what I saw in my dream, an army of the undead guarding the ruin. The Nightingale went for a closer look to see what we were up against. She reported that the ruin was held by bandits before the Draugr awoke, or even arrived. She said the place wasn't big enough to house that many Draugr. Cecilia or her couldn't see the dragon due to the rain obscuring their vision. But this is worrying. That Draugr are now organizing. Minerva believes it's the dragon priest still alive, that they are the reason for the Draugr activity. There are only 3 left, so I'm told. We have 2 goals. Find the Word of Power and put down these dragons' commander. We waited 2 days for reinforcements to arrive. There were some new faces amongst the troops. More people are joining up weekly to fight the dragons. By the time we were ready to set off, the snows had melted. Skyrim was now in its summertime, the season of my birth. This Nord ruin wasn't far, only a 20-minute walk west of the fort. Seems nothing is truly ever easy. If the journey there is easy, the destination is always the hard part. Topha said the ruin is crawling with the Draugr, more than any of us have seen together. There's definitely something strange going on with them. Cecilia was even surprised. In the years she's been in Skyrim, she's never seen that many, and never out in the open. She felt they were guarding something. Minerva believes that's something to be the dragon priest. In the years she's been in Skyrim, she's never seen that many, and never out in the open. She felt they were guarding something. Minerva believes that's something to be the dragon priest. Look at all of them. They're just out there in the daylight. We have no choice. We're going to have to go right through them. Talos, protect us! Protect us all! By the 9, how many more must we cut down? Wait, that sounded like the wind soaring. That's a dragon! This must be the dragon guarding this ruin. I'll deal with this. Everyone else focus on the Draugr. Gods damn it, there's another one! Everyone on me! All you've got? I'm going to put you down! Die, damn you! The ruin was more dangerous than I thought. If it wasn't for the planning, I would have walked us into 2 dragons with little support and faced down an army of their undead. We lost some, but it could have been far worse if I just walked in like I've done with the others. My words of power have been getting stronger. I feel my strength growing, and I've thought of spreading out my forces, sending them all over Skyrim. But at the same time, if I do this, then I'll have nobody to assault these Nord ruins. It's clear I still need people with me. Maybe I could travel with a lighter force. But when I come across places like this, or hear of dragons that are a threat, I can rally what's nearby to fight them. Another famous Nord puzzle. Looks like the bandits who were here before us never got this far. Not surprised. Those lot have to remember to breathe sometimes. Okay, the hints to this puzzle reads: the first fears all, the second fears none. The third eats what it can, preferably number 1. The fourth fears the second, but only when alone. All must be activated in order, if you wish to go home. Well, number 1 has to be the snake. It fears all. Number 2 fears none, so it has to be the bear. Number 3 is a scavenger and eats the snake, so it has to be the fox. And the wolf only fears the second on its own, but with its pack, the wolf becomes a fearsome predator. Seems to have done it. Let's carry on. Well, this place hasn't been walked into for some time. We need to be even more careful. Careful of these. This place is going to be filled with traps. We've already lost too many already. Let's not lose any more to this ruin. That looks painful. Looks like the Draugr in here have already activated this trap. If the undead are good for anything, it's activating traps. Now we were in the tomb of this ancient city, where the Draugr once rested, until the dragon priest here woke them all up. Once servants of the dragons, then protectors of their tombs, and once again now slaves to the dragons and their puppets. Dawnbreaker shall give them rest, no matter if they served the dragons or fought for freedom. They shall have rest. Just a scratch! We finally reached the top, and I could hear the chant. The word of power was guarded by the very same dragon priest in my dream. One more of these ancient evils to be put down and never to rise again. Never to betray their own people to the dragons ever again. The word was Kest, which meant tempest. It was the last word of power for Whirlwind Sprint. The wall wrote, Bekild raised this stone in her husband's memory, Eyolf, whose ship was lost in a dark tempest in the Sea of Tears. Time to go and find out who this servant of the dragons was. Minerva knows all about this kind of stuff. So that's one of these masks you're after, yes?
Indeed, only 2 more remain. It is quite remarkable to be this close to completion. By the way, what word of power was this one, Dragonborn?
It was Tempest, my final word of Whirlwind Sprint. Another shout down.
Dragonborn, are you feeling okay? You took a nasty hit back there from that Draugr, sent you flying across the room. Are you feeling okay?
I'm okay. I did take a few hits from those corpses, but nothing I can't handle.
I don't think so. You're still bleeding. We're going to stay here for a while I have a look at you. Luckily for you, I'm a master of restoration.
What? She's going to be okay, right? Do we need more healers?
She's going to be fine. Nothing a bit of magic can't heal. Don't panic. She'll be fine.
It's going to be okay, Centauros. I'm in the best of hands. Minerva will fix me up. I know we lost some of your men down there. I think you both should attend to the ones we lost. I'll be okay.
Never thought we'd be leaving you in the hands of an elf. But she's good at her magics. Me and Centauros will go and attend to the fallen.
It's quite a rare beauty. The sights of Skyrim once its snow melts away during the summer. It's such a beautiful land. My favorite so far. There's nowhere else in Tamriel like Skyrim. Anyways, I better get to healing the Dragonborn's wounds.
Thank you. Thank you, that feels wonderful. My ribs felt all sorts of wrong from that fight. Thank you, Minerva. I really don't know what we would do without you.
I don't know, Ragni. Maybe die hopelessly without my magic. Take a moment to rest here and let my magic do its work. Then I suggest you clean yourself up with all that blood.
Oh, don't you worry. I'll help her clean all of that blood off of her, with my tongue over every inch of her body.
Freya was right. Vampires and a sense of humor get along as well as they do with the sun. That was utterly awful.
Don't worry, my love. I thought it was funny. You guys just have a different sense of humor than us mortals. And if you're not joking, I might even let you. It could be fun with some privacy. Also, while I have you here, Minerva, are you still able to teach me magic while we're out here on the roads? I'm still interested in learning.
Of course. Whenever we have some free time on our hands and you wish to learn, you only have to come and ask. I'll teach you what I can. Spells will come in handy with what we are doing out here. In saying that, Serana is a rather talented mage, an ancient one at that. You could learn from her.
Why, thank you. Most of the magic I know is unteachable, unless you have pale skin and all that. But there are spells I can teach. We can even learn some new ones in our private times, my love. I could teach you of pleasure and of the arcane. It would be my greatest pleasure, my sweet.
As much as I like the company of a woman in my bed, you two are just too much. I shall explore this ruin while you two have some privacy. I'll see you down below, Dragonborn.
Wait. Minerva likes women too. She's very open about her life. It's like reading a book, but it's been written in a forgotten language. I guess that's what I like about her. She's very upfront for a high elf, but there's still so much mystery about her. She's a very beautiful person.
She's a strong woman, that one. I have much respect for the Dragonborn. All that weight on her shoulders, and to be so young, even for a human. To have all this responsibility thrown at you, and to bear it with a smile. The Nine chose well with this one. Even after all of what she's been through, she fights on, for a better tomorrow. And every death we suffer, she grieves. I've seen so many just get used to it all. Become numb to all the pain and loss. And by the end of it, there's nothing left of them. But when I look at her, I see hope. She cares for every one of us. I guess she did before she was even the Dragonborn. She was out there fighting back the vampires. A threat nobody cared about. She's quite intelligent, actually. I don't mean to be rude, but the Nords aren't exactly renowned for their intellectual prowess. Of course, there are plenty of exceptions, but she certainly stands out. She solved that puzzle with remarkable speed. It makes sense, though. To hunt those who hunt you, you need to be sharp as their fangs. And as I mentioned, she's remarkably young, 19 years old. A mere fledgling by elven standards. Yet the burdens she carries, the way she manages them, it's quite impressive. She does have a tendency towards impulsivity, but I've noticed she's been allowing others to take the lead more recently. A sign of growth, I'd say. And as I've mentioned before, I'm quite impressed by her eagerness to learn magic. Her aptitude is remarkable. As you know, Nords aren't typically known for their intellectual pursuits. Their reputation rests on their martial prowess, their fondness for mead, and their skepticism towards magic. An ancient Akaviri coin, the same symbols we encountered in Skyhaven Temple. Intriguing. It's always a pleasure to uncover such artifacts in these ancient tombs. One of the many reasons I enjoy exploring these forgotten places. But one has to be careful doing so, or these tombs will become yours. A painful and slow way to go. But I guess that's what attracts me to these places. The risk and reward. You never feel more alive when you're on the edge of death. It's raining. I've only been in Skyrim for a few years, but I've noticed it rains a lot during the summer. It's not too bad, though. It makes Skyrim look really green, and it's not nearly as cold as usual.
I'm so tired of watching my men die. The only things I see when I sleep are their eyes, staring blankly into the void. I can't even remember them when they were alive. Just cold, empty corpses.
I never lost any of my men until I attacked Winterhold. Back then we were small and used to ambush. That was when I first felt this emptiness in my gut. I knew that this war would bring pain. I had to watch mothers and fathers bury their own children to free Skyrim. Even in this war, I've seen an entire family be snuffed out by the carnage. I saw a mother bury her 2 children and her husband. And then I had to bury her. I remember them all. All of them were my family. Even those that were sent to us. We fought and bled together. We laughed and drank mead together. And then they're on the ground lifeless, covered in a pool of blood.
I know the feeling. None of mine I personally knew out of the Legion. All my troops of the 99th were assigned to us from all over the 5th Legion. But you fought beside them. You bled together. They became your brothers and sisters out there. And then, all of a sudden, they're just an object and a memory. Like Suski Oath Colossus. She was one of my first. She was one of mine before I even became a vanguard. She followed me to Whiterun and fought by my side in the battle there. And many more across Skyrim after. And now she's gone.
She is. But she now celebrates her life in the halls of Sovngarde, with those you have already lost in the war and to the dragons. And more will follow them. It is our anguish to hold until we join them.
Yes, but I'll never join them. I'm an Imperial. Sovngarde is a place for the Nord dead. When my time is done here, I'll go to the heavens, where us Imperials go. Anyway, let's bury the fallen while the ground is wet enough to dig them deep and lay them to rest.
Gran taught us that what you believe in life is where you'll go in your death. Even though Laevius was an Imperial, I know in my heart his soul now rests within Sovngarde, if Alduin hasn't gotten him. Yes, let's bury the fallen while we can. Wait, there's one more thing I need to talk to you about. It's about us. You've truly been a good friend, someone who always has my back. You've shown me kindness where you didn't have to. But I think us being out here together, it's made us forget who we are. We are enemies. We've been at war with each other for years. I think our situation with the Dragonborn made us close, because we had to be nice to each other to win her over to our sides, but also to survive. And along the way, we forgot who we truly were to each other.
What are you trying to tell me, Sigurd? Where did all of this come from?
What I'm telling you is, we shouldn't be around each other like this. It's not safe for you or me. Your own already think you're a traitor for being around me. And no doubt mine do too. We need to remember to keep our distance from each other. Our men will be watching us and reporting everything they see. I'm sorry, but whatever this is we're doing, it needs to stop.
What do you mean? I don't care what the others think. The reason we're alive and Ragni is alive is because we work together. Sigund, I trust you, and I don't care who knows it. This works because we work together. Don't just tell me that and walk off. Listen to me.
I do this for you. You have been someone I could trust. Not just to keep Ragni alive, but someone I could personally trust. I have enjoyed our times together. You are a good man, but everyone can see this. And if I remain around you, your own could have you killed. I will not have that. This is how it has to be. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. Should have known better than to have faith in a damn stormcloak. And after all of that, all of what we've been through together, she just throws it away. I really thought she was different. How could I be such a damn fool?
This place feels familiar. I swear I've been here before with you. Yes, I remember now. Damn. That was many years ago. We came here hunting a bounty. It was covered in snow back then. Do you remember?
This place? Yes. Was many years ago. You were still training under me, before you went off and disappeared for a few years. The trouble you were back then? I miss it.
Ha. What do you even mean? I'm still trouble.
Oh, you were plenty more trouble back then. You weren't even out of your teens yet. You would have been Ragni's age, if I remember correctly at that time.
Yeah, would have been her age. I remember back then is when I could start to turn. But you always made me fight with a blade instead of a claw. That's probably why I gave you so much trouble.
What was it I taught you? Don't always rely on your
natural-born strength. They can be turned to your weakness. I know. But they were only bandits. None of them could have stood a match for me back then in my wolf form.
No, they couldn't have. But that sort of thinking is what would have gotten you killed down the road. That power trip that your wolf is your weapon. My natural gifts come at night. And if I only ever fought in the night, I would be in trouble if hunters came for me during the sunlight.
I know. You taught me to be more practical. That I should only use my wolf when it's against the right target. Never as a first resort. If you had to fight out in the sunlight, then I had to learn to not give in to my anger and let the wolf out. Back then we slaughtered everything. None were spared your wrath.
It was better they die than bring any more harm to the people of Skyrim. Simple and effective way of stopping the violence. They can't re-offend if they don't have a head. Worked 100% of the time.
Maybe I was wrong. Some of you vampires do have a sense of humor. Remember that room we came across? I wanted to go further on after our bounty and check the ruin out.
Yes, the same room the Dragonborn got through. She sorted that one out quickly. I didn't want to waste time with something we didn't need to. We had our bounty, so there was no need to go any further.
Would have been better that way anyway. Keeping what was behind those doors locked away. Up until we turned that flying skin sack to ash.
Speaking of which, what the hell is taking the Dragonborn so damn long? I'll turn to ash waiting at this rate.
I sat above the mountain while I closed my eyes and let the winds talk to me. Somehow this had become so much easier to do. The last time I tried this, I couldn't concentrate. I was granted insight. A word of power was calling out to me. I could feel its pull, and yet again it felt close. My vision was clearer. The winds of Kine carried me from where I sat to a cave entrance nearby. The cave entrance was surrounded by Forsworn. Maybe I could communicate with them like I did with those at Karthspire. Though I've been told many times that they are savages that want to see every Nord dead in their lands. But these Forsworn aren't in the reach. My vision led me into a passage that seemed to hide away an ancient Nord ruin, which had what looked like an army of Forsworn protecting it. If these Forsworn aren't friendly, this is going to be a very dangerous adventure. Inside this ruin lies the word calling out to me. And in between it lies an army of Forsworn who want my skull for a cup. All right, I know where the next word is. I should inform Centuros and Sigund, so they can prepare. If these Forsworn are hostile, there will be a bloody battle to come. We need to be prepared. I'm tired of marching men and women into their deaths, but I'm left with no choice. I'm starting to feel as if this pain is normal.
I've grown so tired of watching people get buried. I should have known better aiding the Dragonborn that I'd see death again one day.
You'd have seen a bit of death back in your time, Elora. You were one of those Thalmor back during the Great War, weren't you?
Yes, I was. I saw way too many people die, and helped in doing so. Mass graves of Aldmeri, Imperial and civilian bodies. I've seen too much for one lifetime.
You haven't seen that much. I've seen thousands of mortals die, in horrific and excruciating ways. Some I even committed myself.
Why you even here, Dremora? Your kind care nothing for mortal kind. Why are you helping us? What is it you want? And why are you here helping us bury our dead? Your kind are nothing but cruel.
It is true, we care nothing for you mortals. Your lives are so fleeting. Would you step out of the way of ants, or go right through them? I have my reasons for helping eradicate these dragons. That's all you need to know.
I think you want to make your reasons really clear. Because when this is all done, if they aren't, my mother will have your head. She can tolerate the other Daedra. But you she will kill the first chance she can get.
The vampire pretending to be an immortal. I've heard she fought us during what you mortals call the Oblivion Crisis. She was there when my lord walked Tamriel. My reasons are simple. I like the mortal plane. There's choice here, where there isn't in Oblivion. That's why I fight. What would I have left to do if the dragons destroy you all? There would be no fun to have. My goals are your goals. The end of the dragons.
Well, when our goals are complete, Daedra, I'd start running. I've only known Cecilia for a year, and I know of her deep hatred for your kind. She still has nightmares of your kind when she sleeps.
And so she should. We are to be feared. Well, that's what I used to think. Before I started living amongst the mortals.
Living amongst us? I've studied your kind. That Daedra can somehow camouflage themselves as mortals. Take the appearance of those they have met. Normally that person is killed by the Daedra.
Yes, we normally do. Like I said, mortal lives are not important to us. But killing people and taking their appearance doesn't do well for camouflage. I live in a place for a time and then move around. I've been a servant, a gladiator, even a prostitute. That one was fun.
What's your going rate? Never had one with horns before. Could be something to hold on to. Finally, a good Daedra.
You're an animal. The Daedra mentions being a prostitute, and the first thing you think of is crawling under the furs with it. You men only seem to think with one head, and it's not the one I'm looking at.
Come now, Minerva. Do I sense some jealousy? You don't seem to dislike that other head during our nights together.
I, for one, can understand where the Daedra is coming from. I joined up to kill me some dragons and have some freedom, even as the wife of an orc chief. Life in the strongholds can get boring, and this has been a ton of fun.
Freedom is life's calling. If you ever want to experience real freedom, just let me know, Borka. I'd love to see what you look like out of that armor.
That is disgusting. I would never lay with a woman, and I'm married. In our culture, we do not lay with the same people as yours does. It's why we raise strong orcs.
I've laid with many orc women. Those tusks can either be a joy or a nightmare. Either way, I know now, and my people don't much like it anyway. At least the East doesn't. But I like what I like, and I don't care what others think about it.
I've been wanting to ask, have you ever been with a man Freya?
Yes, I have. It was different and enjoyable, but I've never been interested since then. The beauty of the female body holds my gaze. though I would be interested in having a child of my own one day. And well, there's only really one way of doing that. I would need a strong man to father my children.
I volunteer. You are quite a beauty when you fight. Whenever you need someone for the baby-making ritual, you let me know.
By the 8, you truly are an embarrassment.
You're a strong warrior. I might take you up on that offer if Minerva hasn't killed you before then.
You know what? I think it's about time I move on from the companion over here. He's been fun. It might be time to be with the wolf, I think. She is very pretty. What would you say, Freya? Interested?
Absolutely. I've always wanted to see what you look like under those robes. Looks like your offer has now expired, Tonrak.
All of you shut up back there. We're trying to have a moment of silence for the ones we lost, and all you're doing is talking. Silence.
They've already buried them all. I must have been out of it for a few hours. It's a lovely spot, but I'm sick of it all. Having to farewell people on every march across Skyrim. Centauros, I've had another vision, one that is close, but it's hidden behind great danger.
Okay. Well, we've buried our dead and are ready to move out. Let's head back to Haragstad so our injured can rest. While we're on the road, you can fill me in on what you saw.
I'm sorry, friends. I promise to make sure your deaths will not be in vain. That your death was for all the right reasons. Not killing each other in a pointless war for someone's arse to warm the throne, but to protect the people of Skyrim and all of Tamriel. I will return one day, and erect stones for travelers to know the heroes who fell here protecting them from the dragons. I promise you, I will return. On the way back to the Imperial fort, I informed Centauros what I had seen. Of the Forsworn guarding the entrance to the cave I saw in my vision, to the ancient fortress that they all live in. He was a little worried, and for good reason. The Forsworn are known to be very dangerous. I've only faced a few, but they do love magic and arrows. So Centauros and Sigund will need some time to plan this. Reminds me of the Dawn Guard, when you had to prepare. If you didn't, you were vampire food. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys here. Serana and I will be staying at the Winking Skeever in Solitude. So when you're rested and all that, you know where to find me so we can find this word of power inside the Forsworn's hideaway.
Okay then. We all need some rest after that fight. And I'll send out word we need some more troops if we're fighting the savages. I'll send some scouts out to find this cave of yours which you said was south of Volskiga. I'll have something sorted by then, Dragonborn.
We'll have something sorted by then, Dragonborn. We'll both be ready in a day or so, once our scouts find this location and check it out.
That sounded a little aggressive. That's a little strange. Are they okay? Well, I'll find out soon. Time to meet one of my new followers. She looks different. Hello there. I don't think we've been introduced. I'm Ragni the Dragonborn.
Hello, I'm Cilia. I'm really honored to meet you, Dragonborn.
The honor is all mine, Cilia. It was you who came to help me with these dragons. And speaking of, 2 of them on your first day. That's something to tell the grandchildren. By the way, this is Serana, my better half. Don't worry, she doesn't bite much.
She lies. I bite all the time. Don't worry, yes, I am a vampire, but I'm one of the good ones.
How about you come to Solitude with us? Share some meads in the inn. You look like you have a story to tell. I don't mean to be rude, but you look like a halfling, and I'd like to know more about you.
Well, yes, I am. Did the points in my ears give that away? Or that yellow hue to my skin? Sure, I love some mead. Lead the way, and I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
We made our way back into Solitude. We had set to stay at the Winking Skeever while we were here. The owner, Corpulus Vinius, wanted to give us the loft while we stayed here. I guess being the Dragonborn has some perks. We sat down for a few drinks while I got to know Cilia a little more. This is what it's all about. They aren't just soldiers to die fighting dragons. They are people with stories and loved ones. She told me that she was born in the Somerset Isles, that her mother was a pirate who was caught and imprisoned, set to be executed. But one day during a riot, one of the guards to the prison was attacked, and she jumped in and saved him from being killed by the other prisoners. This guard would become her father. Her mother mentioned that he was the only high elf that treated her with respect while imprisoned. For saving the guard, her mother's death sentence was revoked. She was to serve the rest of her sentence out in peace. Well, that was until she ended up pregnant. Her mother was let out. Her father was let go from the military. She mentioned it was hard growing up as a halfling in the Somersets. All the elven kids picked on her, and her father and mother suffered constant abuse while they tried to make ends meet. She said when she was 10, her parents moved to Cyrodiil, where she was raised. She came to Skyrim to see her mother's homeland, and then the dragons showed up. It took her a while to think it through, but she decided to lend her blade to the fight, and I'm glad she did. She also told us she was 39, that she ages a little slower than other humans. I couldn't believe it. She looked my age. She was utterly beautiful. Not as beautiful as Serana, of course. After a few drinks, Serana and I went back to our room for some peace and quiet. I do love these moments, where it's just me and her and nobody else.
Sometimes, I kind of wish that we weren't so... how do you say this? Well, renowned. At this point, most of Skyrim has heard of your name, and half of it is trying to kill us. It seems like it's almost impossible to have a nice, leisurely stroll outside city walls without getting pounced upon or attacked. If we could, I would like to just leave here, you know? Travel to some distant place, settle down, live the peaceful life. Not to be known or seen as heroes or great warriors, but as simple country folk, really.
Yes. I left the simple life to find my place in the world, to earn a name and travel the world. And now all I want is quiet. Someplace simple to be where Serana and I can just live in peace. When this is all over, I want nothing more to do with war or death or anything. I'll just return to being a farmer. Have no more need for the blade.
It still feels kind of weird, waking up after thousands of years, even at this point. Just thinking about an empire in Cyrodiil, I definitely thought everything would end with the Remans.
Serana was alive back then, but if I remember, Raymond took control of Skyrim.
So,
or at least a section
what
of
do you
it.
want to talk about
The love
now?
of my life is older than Talos himself. Now that we had some alone time and privacy, it was time to use this time to the best of our abilities. Nothing feels better than feeling Serana's skin against mine in bed. Being with her makes me feel complete.
I can't believe that after all we've been through, Sigyn could just say that. She thinks after telling me to piss off, that we can just plan things together. No! If she doesn't want me around her, then I won't be. Did a fine enough job leading men into war on my own long before her. I really thought we had something special, but I guess I was nothing to her.
Centauros has summoned me. If it was anyone but the Dragonborn, I'd tell them to piss off. But he's someone I can trust, so I'm interested to find out what he wants.
Good, the Nightingale is here. She seems to like me, so maybe she can help me out with this Forsworn problem.
What is it I can do for you, Centauros? I take it you're after something?
Indeed. I need a scout to check out a location the Dragonborn saw in one of her visions where she found a word of power. I've looked over maps and believe the location is Deepwood Redoubt, and it's covered with Forsworn. And you're our best scout.
Oh, nice. I do like a little flattery. And you said I. You and Sigyn still haven't made up yet? You two are always so cute together.
What did you just say? How do you even know about that? Are you following me? I told you that I didn't want you watching over me.
Nope. Still haven't kissed and made up. Hold your horses, big guy. I wasn't following you. I was outside sitting on the fallen tree. Could hear it all from there. And if I wanted to watch over you, there is literally nothing you could do to stop me. Next time, don't go screaming at each other while there are people around. And nobody would know. Now back to the task. You want me to check out this Deepwood redoubt?
Yes. Now the Dragonborn wants to see if they are friendly, but all reports say they're not. So don't waste your time finding out. I want you to check the place out. And if you can, eliminate their chieftains or hags. So when we do arrive, they'll have no leadership and we'll slaughter them.
So you want me to infiltrate and eliminate? I can do that. But if I kill their leaders, they will know something is coming. Would you prefer to surprise them and catch them off guard?
No, I want them to know something is coming. The fear of not knowing will drive them mad. You can't reason with those animals. Plus, it's better their leaders are dead. A good one can make or break an operation. Here is your payment. Get the job done, Nightingale.
Oh, Gold. You do know how to make a girl happy. So I take it this is an off-the-books operation? Nobody else needs to know?
They can know you're scouting the location. Just leave the killing out of it when you get back. The Dragonborn wants to find out if they are friendly, and I don't want to risk her life or any of ours with those pelt-wearing savages. Let me know when the job is complete.
Well, that was rather interesting. Centuros has hired himself an assassin. This little event with Sigund has made him rather impulsive. But well, he's paying, so it looks like he's the boss now. Scout location, kill the Forsworn leaders, and get back here. Easy gold. That woman. I can always respect a strong woman. After joining the Dragonborn's forces, I've come across many, with both strength and power, and that's good to see. It's harder for us to rise to the top. The power seems to go to a man's head anyway. At least we have respect for what we earn. Most men are animals. I've only met a couple of good ones, and my new boss is one of them. Okay, back here again. So it's south of this ruin. The only downside of this is the damn Forsworn. What are they doing out in Hofingar? This isn't the Reach. The blood. That must have been from us earlier today. Even I have grown tired of watching these men and women die, even if they are Stormcloaks. That must be this Forsworn location. It is south. Let's go and have a look. Creatures of prey. Nothing like a saber cat's nose can pick you up sneaking around. Better to get rid of it for safety. That's it, big guy. Show me your heart. Well, that worked out perfectly. Let's go and take a look at these Forsworn. Well, it does look like Forsworn. Never been a big fan of this lot. Now Centuros does want me to kill their leaders, but the Dragonborn does wish for peace. So maybe I'll find out if they can be talked to first. It would save lives after all. Gods, this is stupid. You'd never risk your life like this, Tofa. And all of a sudden, a young woman with a kind heart will make you do silly things. Well, it's looking good so far. By nocturnal, this is nerve-wracking. Oh, that doesn't look good. Hello, I come in peace. Nope, I'm out of here. Centuros was right. Looks like it's the bloodier path. Okay, I'm in. I need to be quiet. Centuros wants me to scout out this place and kill its leaders. I can't afford to go dropping too many bodies without putting the entire place into lockdown. Well, until I need to. These Forsworn do love their magic, and if I get spotted, the last thing I want to be is a Forsworn prisoner. Be far worse than my time in solitude. Better keep to the shadows. I don't want them to know that I'm here until I'm leaving. Crap. She's blocking the way. Looks like I'll have to drop a body after all. Well, they didn't hear that. Let's hope they don't find her until I'm done. Now I have to be quicker. Well, hello there. This will come in handy. Well, this also proves they are hostiles. These occupiers being us Nords. There will be no quarter with this lot. Their leader being this matriarch. This is who I'm after. Centauros was right. This leader of theirs has them fortified and full of morale. When I put her down, they are going to be lost. That dragon sounds close. Why hasn't it attacked this place yet? Even the dragon knows how stupid this is. Wow, look at this place. It's massive, tucked away into a mountain. Nice little hiding spot for the Forsworn. Okay, let's go and find this matriarch and send her to whatever gods she worships. Bloody hell. There are so many of them. This attack will cost lives. Yuck. That must be their matriarch. Wish my cowl would mask the smell of this place. Smells like a brothel where everyone's a corpse. I hit her, but she teleported away. What in oblivion? Did I even kill it? Nope. Die, you foul bitch. Not again. You're wasting my arrows. Just accept your fate already. Wow, look at that armor. Well, I can't fit that into my pockets. Looks like it's been dead for a while. Nobody has touched it yet, so it could be a trap. Anyway, not here to tomb rob. Here to put someone in the grave. This must be the reason behind the Dragonborn's vision. All this blood just for a dragon power. I guess it's all worth it if she can stop that dragon. Now, I need to go put this bitch down. There you are. Nowhere to run now, you filthy hag. You've pissed me off. I'm going to cut you up. Die, you whore. Whoa, they know I'm here now. Job's done. Time to piss off out of here. Well, that was exciting, if not absolutely terrifying. By nocturnal, I love my job.
Well, I've had enough. I'm going to bed, my dear. Do you wish to join me?
No, not after today's comments. I shall be joining Freya tonight. She is doing a turning ritual. Might even become a werewolf myself. First-hand knowledge and all that.
Wait, are you serious about the jokes with the Daedra? I was only playing around. And you're going to become a werewolf? Are you mad? I've been one, and I can tell you now not being one. Life is all the better for it.
Yes, it is about those comments. That you can just talk like that around me. Everyone knows that we spend our nights together, and talking about screwing other women around me makes me look like your whore. I am the Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I deserve more respect.
You know, there are two things I do not like in this world. High elves and mages. And what are you, Minerva? Both. I like you because you're the better of all the things that are bad in the world. You're funny, cheeky, and beautiful, and intelligent, with a real command and respect for magic. That's why I like you. You're yourself. You don't let that arrogance of being a high elf or a mage change who you are as a person. Well, so I thought.
How dare you? I'm still a woman and I deserve respect, not to have the man I'm with talking about bedding whores. That makes me look horrible. You know what? I will go and be with Freya. She is a very beautiful and fearsome woman. At least she knows how to treat women.
Well, there's plenty of fish in the sea, and not all of them are slaughter fish. Speaking of fish, looks like my nets are now free. That looks tasty. She's giving me that look. Well, now that Minerva's gone, I have a free spot under the sheets. I'm not one to miss an opportunity. Well, hello there. I saw you up here all on your own and thought you were utterly beautiful. Mind for some extra company?
Of course, as long as you're shouting. I've had such a busy day. It would be nice to have such a handsome man as company for the night. I'm Lisbeth.
I'm Tonrak. I'll get us something to drink. Then we should go somewhere with a little more light so I can see that beautiful smile.
What a gentleman. I've been told my smile is to die for. You get the drinks and then we can go somewhere more private.
Don't have to tell me twice. Well, that looks like I'm winning this night after all.
Please stop looking at me
Like what? Looking at those? It's almost impossible not to see them and stare. Wear more appropriate clothes then.
Let's sate that appetite, huh?
Anyway, I want some wine, some of your best. And a room for the night.
That damn fool. If only he knew how much I adore him. How much I've come to enjoy his company and touch. Then to talk about wanting to mount everything like he's a damn bear. Some time without me should straighten him up. For now, I'm going to go meet Freya out here beside some cave. She's turning a few of our companions into werewolves. Perfect time for it being a full moon. Even thought of joining them. No better way to research werewolves than becoming one. But I don't think that would be a good idea. And I'm not known for my stupidity. That looks like them. That looks like Octavia, Freya's girlfriend. Come to think about it. She has a few women. She likes her options. Even I've thought about it. Might even do so. She is beautiful. I just love the way she doesn't care about what others think. She is very free. What in oblivion happened here? There are bits and pieces of people all over the place.
Ah, good to see you, Minerva. You made it just in time. Are you still thinking of joining in the ritual?
I've thought about it, but I think not. It was only for the prospect of studying the effects of lycanthropy. Might not be a great idea.
That is the right way of thinking. Becoming one of us is something you need to want. It's a very challenging life. If this isn't something you really want, it's something you shouldn't become.
Yes. Now, what in oblivion is all this mess? Why are there bits and pieces of people everywhere? I hope whoever they were that they deserved this. Is this normally part of the joining ritual?
Ah, that... No, these were just vampires and their thralls. What's left of them is stuck inside the cave. They can't come back to life like that.
Fire does the trick, Freya. Could have thrown their bodies on the campfire. Would have been less of a mess and a lot less of a stink.
I know, but it's much more fun this way. Octavia just wanted to have some fun. And by doing so, it was fun to watch. Anyway, you're welcome to stay and study. I must get to the ritual. They are my first, after all.
Okay, I shall observe. I did bring some parchment. Thank you, Freya. I moved somewhere a little out of the road while Freya started the ritual. It was her very first one. I thought she turned Octavia, but I must have been wrong. She took off one of her gauntlets and grabbed a knife. As I thought, it's consumption of the blood. It's the safest way to become one. That, or you're lucky enough to survive an attack. Or unlucky enough. Those claws are like ebony blades. They are as sharp as oblivion. This is so exciting to witness. To be here firsthand while people willingly become werewolves. She proceeded to give her companions, 2 reach women called Mava and Vena, goblets with her blood inside. I wonder, will it make them more powerful that she is pureborn? Would it be different if someone like Octavia turned them? The girls drank from their goblets while Freya looked towards the moon, chanting a prayer to what sounded like her scene. That would make sense, seeing how most of her kind worship him as their lord. This is truly magnificent to witness. They drank her blood, and within moments they transformed into wolves. It was utterly magnificent, how they shape-shifted into these fearsome killing machines. I can only imagine Freya's pride and joy in having her own pack. That was truly amazing to witness. But if I've learned something tonight, Freya has a thing for brunettes. That was impressive. Be good for the book I'll write once all of this is over. So what happens now?
Now we hunt. What remains of the vampires and their slaves are hiding in that cave. Myself and the newly blooded will enter the cave and slaughter what's left. You, on the other hand, cannot join us, for your own safety. Once the blood starts flying, Mava and Vina will be in a frenzy, being new to the blood and during the full moon. They might not tell the difference between you and the thralls. And I don't want you to die. I want to see what you look like without those pants on. The thought of it is making me a little wild right now. But that could be the moon. Another night, my dear, we shall see. For now, we must continue. I'll see you tomorrow, Minerva. Ha! The fools! Using wolves as their guard dogs. They won't harm any of us, for we are one. Time to tear these bloodsuckers apart. Slaughter them, sisters! Show them no mercy! Nicely done, sister. Hircine smiles upon us, for the hunter has become the hunted. Spare none of these monsters. Unless they are our own, of course. While skulking around the cave, we all smelled a corpse. But it didn't smell like a normal one. It smelled like a vampire's body. What were these creatures doing with a piece of a dead vampire? Whatever it is, it can't be good. Cecilia told me if a vampire gets torn apart, they can't come back. But maybe they can? The only real death for a vampire is fire and ash.
Hey guys, and cheers for watching. So, what you guys could possibly do for me is give it a like if you want, or a dislike if you didn't like it, and leave me a comment, either what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, because constructive criticism is always welcomed. I mean, all these stories just sit in my head, and then they go out of my head and they go into your eyes, and it's always fun making them for people to see where it goes with them as an individual. And the more likes and comments this video gets, the more it gets out there to people that could very well like this sort of stuff that have no idea about it. And this is why I make it, to share it with people that would like to see Skyrim told in a different sort of story, a different sort of limelight. Where it's not just some game with a Dragonborn does all and reloads as a new character. It's more of a storybook, one you can see, one you can hear, and one you can feel. Anyway, trying to remember things to say here at the outro. After watching Arcane, the character boost has been massive, because that was a really intense show that fucking railed me. There will be a background video that kind of explains the making of this story, this episode, after this video. Should be linked in the corner at the end of this video. And yeah, after watching Arcane, man, that shit railed me hard, and I really want to sort of take a bit of Arcane and put it in my stories when it comes to character development, because they did an amazing job with that, and that should rip my soul out. Anyway, I'm not going to spend 10 minutes here talking about shit. I hope you guys have enjoyed. There should be a background video up the top somewhere, and a subscribe if you want, and yeah, playlist of the rest of them if you're new to the channel. Hope you've enjoyed. Anyway, see you later. Have a good one. Peace.